More live sport coming up for you later tonight over on Sky Sports 1. It's Super League action at 6:30, the semi-final playoff between Wigan and Leeds, and that's followed at 9 by live NFL, the Seattle Seahawks against the Denver Broncos. So Super League and American football tonight on Sky Sports 1. Here on Sky Sports 2 at the moment, it's nationwide First Division football. Barnsley at home to Port Vale. The Tykes starting as 11-8 on favourites. Vale 7-2 and the draw 11-5. No real surprise to see Ashley Ward as favourite to open the scoring. Messrs Hendry, Beadle, Foyle and Ainsworth should all be there or thereabouts. And mention of Ainsworth brings us very neatly to the 25-year-old Gareth Ainsworth, who has been the star, no doubt about that so far, in what has been a troubled season for Port Vale. Came from Lincoln just over a year ago for a club record £500,000. And Ray, he's another of the Port Vale players who is attracting plenty of interest from the bigger clubs.
Yes, he certainly is. He's got a lot of pace, Marcus, and pace worries people to death. And we spoke earlier about hitting balls on the run. This fella can cross the ball with both feet on the run at pace. So that's a major asset that he does possess.
Do you reckon he can make it at the highest level, Nigel?
At the highest level, I don't know. I've seen him a couple of times. I think he's quite a raw player still, but he's got good strength and pace. But he can score goals as well as cross the ball, as Ray's just said. But the highest level, I don't know, but we won't know until somebody takes him, and I'm sure there's a few Premier League managers looking at him.
OK, the main man as far as Barnsley are concerned is Ashley Ward, who is still only 27 years of age, 8 goals in his last 8 games. And Ray, from day one of the season, you have been waxing enthusiastically about this.
Well, we know this chap can play at the highest level, Marcus, so I'm not surprised that the big boys are after him. But not only is he a very talented lad and a goal scorer, but his work rate is quite phenomenal. He actually defends from the front. He gives the midfield players an opportunity to start defending properly. And I'm a great admirer of the chap.
Both Leicester and Sheffield Wednesday have been interested in him, and Barnsley have made it very clear that he's not for sale. The other player in the Barnsley side we're looking forward to seeing today is Robbie van der Laan, formerly of Port Vale. Went there from Holland in Feb 91, 27 goals in 210 appearances while at Port Vale. Then off to Derby, and now a pretty integral part of the Barnsley midfield, Nigel.
Yes, he's had a couple of injuries this season, and obviously Kevin Richardson's got an injury now and he's out, so Robbie's back in. He came on his sub, I think, against Bolton last week and scored the equaliser for 2-2, but he's a very good player. I had the pleasure of coaching him a couple of weeks back when I've been doing a bit of stuff at Barnsley for my licences, and he's got a great attitude, you know, for a senior pro. You know, it rubs off on all the young lads, and I'm sure it rubs off on his teammates on the park as well.
Well, of course, Barnsley were in the top division last season for the only season in their history. It didn't work out for them, and so far this season hasn't been too encouraging either. Barnsley got off to a disappointing start under John Hendry. Ariane Deziu had to equalise twice to earn a point at home to the Baggies. And things got worse at Crewe. Chris Lightfoot scoring twice from free kicks to lead the Tykes with just 1 point from a possible 6. Sky Sports and Stockport County were then visitors at Oakwell for the Friday night football, and Barnsley made a good start.
Here's Deziu. And he's launched one. Fjordhoff sticks out of boots. And it's 1-0, and Fjordhoff gets his first league goal of the season.
But yet again, a slip in concentration from the defence let the opposition back in. Hendry felt that had cost him his first league win.
You've got to have total concentration for the whole 90 minutes. Unfortunate for us, I mean, one lapse and it's cost us.
A 0-0 draw against Birmingham followed before an error by the Oxford defence gave Hendry his first goal and Barnsley their first league victory of the season. Ashley Ward made sure of a good start at home to Norwich. But then Chris Morgan was sent off and things went wrong. Norwich, in chain shirts, fired 3 past Watson in the second half. And that left Barnsley a lowly 17th. 4 days later, the situation looked a little brighter. Ward striking twice at Grimsby. An easy 3-0 win in the Worthington Cup against Reading further boosted morale and set up a third-round meeting with Bournemouth. And a 4-0 thrashing of Crystal Palace suggested the Tykes were finally finding their feet and readying themselves for a promotion challenge. But that hasn't yet materialised. Gordon Watson scored twice to leave them empty-handed at Bradford. A 1-0 draw at Bristol City was followed by the visit of Bolton, and it was a familiar story once again. Early lead, then going behind, and equalising in the dying minutes to record their 5th draw in 11 games. They can't afford to drop any more points at home, starting from today. And there's the graph. And it's not as healthy as they'd like it to be in South Yorkshire. Drooping just a little bit. No wins in their last 4 in all competitions. Only 1 defeat at home, though, in 8. And remember, they will climb to 11th if they win this afternoon. Let's have a word with John Hendry. He's talking to Alan.
John, first of all, there has been speculation about Ashley Ward. I noticed you mentioned him in your programme notes. Just for the viewers, what's the situation on him?
The situation is Ashley Ward's got another 18 months, 20 months left in his contract here. He's been playing the best football of his career. He's been absolutely exceptional. For me, he's the best striker in the First Division. There's no doubt about that. And he's staying here. Now, at the end of the day, someone might come in with silly money, then you've got to assess the situation again. But as far as I'm concerned, he's staying here. He's gone nowhere.
OK, looking forward to today. I mean, a lot of people will be expecting you to win. It's not going to be that easy, though, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, they've got 1 or 2 good players in their camp, and my boys have got to be thoroughly prepared, and we have been doing that all week.
And generally, is the view that a few wins will see you right up there again?
Yeah, because our performances of late have been very good, and we certainly want more points on board than we've actually got at this moment in time. And I've just been saying to the boys, listen, we just need that wee bit of luck, and everything will be okay.
It strikes me, I mean, it's a personal view, having seen you once or twice, a hint of anxiety, the desperation to do well. I mean, am I off the mark, or is that a fair comment?
No, maybe the first 3 or 4 games it was a wee bit anxiety in our play, but certainly, I mean, the past 6 weeks, no, we've been hitting the post. I mean, 3 or 4 times in matches, had ones cleared off the line. Of late, if you'd have seen us lately, I mean, the supporters, I mean, they know the score. I mean, we've been applauded off the pitch in all the games the last 4 weeks. So we just need that wee bit of luck.
I was going to say that the support has stuck by you, hasn't it?
Oh, aye, they've been magnificent. They have. I mean, they've made my life easy coming in here, and we all appreciate that at the club.
Thanks a lot, John.
Pleasure. Cheers.
Well, everybody needs a little bit of luck, but the main thing is he's got to keep hold of Ashley Ward, hasn't he, Ray? I mean, if Ward was to go, presumably that would signal the end of Barnsley as a major force.
Well, I think if they've got any designs on getting back into the big top flight, then they must keep Ashley. Ashley is a super player, and as John, I thought John spoke very forthright there and very strong. He wants to keep people away from him. But as he said, if someone does come in with stupid money, as John puts it, then they might look to have to sell him.
Fingers crossed for Barnsley supporters. They, of course, have to make their own luck. Well, Port Vale have done so well over the years. Could this be the year they finally slip out of the First Division? Their start has not been good. The home defeat against Birmingham was a less than encouraging start for Vale. Paul Furlong struck first. And Dele Adebola's 68th-minute goal ended any hopes of a fight back. After another defeat against 3rd Division Chester in the Worthington Cup, Vale faced a resurgent Huddersfield. Marcus Stewart put the home side 2 in front. Gareth Ainsworth's second-half goal was merely a consolation, and Vale were bottom of the table. And worse was to follow. A spirited performance wasn't enough to make up the first leg deficit and prevent an early exit from the Worthington Cup. Tony Naylor bagged the brace, but it counted for little as John Rudge's season went from bad to worse. Two further defeats and a draw followed, keeping Vale rooted to the foot of the table. The first victory of the season finally came at home to Wolves. Peter Beadle opened his account for the club. And some quick reactions by Tony Naylor from that rebound, doubled the lead shortly after the break. A second successive victory followed against struggling Crystal Palace. A tight game was settled 7 minutes from time with a goal from Beadle, moving the Valiants into their highest position of the season and easing the pressure on John Rudge in the process. A home defeat against Portsmouth ended the revival, and after a draw with Grimsby, they suffered their worst defeat of the season at Bradford. A second-half double from Lee Mills pushed Rudge's men back down to second bottom. But there was something to celebrate last time out. Gareth Ainsworth's goal, enough to sink Norwich and give hope for the future. Could Vale be on something of a roll? Let's have a look at their graph. Makes pretty miserable reading, doesn't it? In the bottom four at the start of play, they'll climb to 18th with a win today. And they might just fancy their chances against a somewhat less than confident Barnsley side. No wins in their opening 7 games in all competitions, but 10 points from a possible 18 in the last 6. So there have been signs of a revival. Well, John Rudge has seen it all, done it all. I wonder if he's still enjoying it. He's now talking to Anna.
John, it's not been the easiest week for you this week, with one of the directors going 1 or 2 key injuries. How difficult has that made the preparation for today?
We've had a difficult couple of weeks, but you know, the worst thing was that we lost 2 players yesterday when they had a fitness test. We're losing Walshy, obviously it was a big blow for us, but also Tony Naylor.
I mean, how difficult is it for you mentally just to keep firefighting year after year?
Well, you've just got to keep on. I mean, the thing is, and if I didn't enjoy it, didn't love the challenge of it, then obviously I wouldn't carry on with it. But I mean, I do. And sort of a situation, it gets more difficult, obviously trying to defy the odds all the time, but that's what you've got to do at the clubs like Port Vale.
I mean, is it a case that you feel that everyone's still backing you at the club?
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been very difficult. I mean, we've got a few problems at this moment in time, and we're just waiting for clearance from the chairman exactly, you know, what's going to go off.
OK, turning to today then, you've mentioned the injury problems. What do you make of Barnsley?
Well, Barnsley obviously having what you call a very good season last year in the Premiership, but didn't manage just to stay in there. But they've kept their base of supporters, I mean, which means that they've had, you know, got that support which they're going to keep. They've still got some very good players. Obviously, it'll be a difficult match for us today, but a challenge which we're looking forward to.
It's a bit windy out there. Will that have an effect?
Very windy. You know, it's good job I haven't put the wig on.
Thanks a lot, John.
He's an amazing man. You know, he joined the coaching staff in January 1980. He's been manager there since 1984. But this is probably as tough as it's got for him. Mind you, with his experience, he can deal with it, can't he?
I think he can. He's seen it all before. Been there, done it. He's got the T-shirt, I've got the wig. But you know, he's a very nice man, John Rudge, as well, and he's done a wonderful job at Port Vale on limited resources. They've
had real problems going forward, just 8 goals in 11 games, and at the back as well, they always look as though they might ship one.
Well, I think they've nearly conceded 2 goals in every game, on average, so that's where their problem is, really, at the back.
I suppose communication is the key to good defending. You've been going through the archives a little bit. What's been the big problem?
Well, this is their own goal kick, and we stop it here. You think the forward's going to challenge with Ablett, I think it is, against Birmingham. And he doesn't challenge for it. Ablett gets a free header, and that goes straight back down the middle of the park. There's Adibola between the 2 defenders. The second bounce here, and it's a goal. I mean, that is terrible defending. First of all from the front, and then at the back. It's come straight down the middle. Here we see it again. Gets cleared here. Is Ainsworth going to go forward on the break against Stockport? But as we roll it on, bad touch, bad control. Stockport are away. Acres of space here. Look up. Good cross in, but look at the defending here. The 2 defenders near post, nobody's picked the runner up, and he's got a free header. And you can't leak goals like that if you want to get away from the bottom of the league. See it again against Ipswich. Time and space in midfield. Nobody closes down, nobody gets tight. Scowcroft comes off, turns. We see Dyer there in the corner of the picture. As we roll it on, a lovely ball down the line. Acres of space again. And you can just look up here. The number 5 has got to get across, stop the cross. That's his major thing here. Everybody else can mark, but he doesn't get tight enough. as we stop it here, look, there's 7 Port Vale, 6 defenders and the goalkeeper there, 2 strikers, but look in the corner of the pitch, you just see Scowcroft coming back into it. Lovely header, lovely ball from Dyer, but you've got to stop the cross and you've got to mark properly, otherwise you can concede goals like that.
And having seen all that, I presume you're going for a Barnsley win today.
No, Port Vale turned it around a little bit, but I am going to go for a Barnsley win. I think if they get it right today, they get a nice, comfortable win.
Ray?
Yes, I want to agree with Nigel. I think Barnsley are strong at home, and I think they'll win today.
Unanimous. Well, we shall see. It's been an indifferent start, no question, for both sides. Can they deliver a treat for us this afternoon? Settle back and enjoy with our match commentators Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, Port Vale without John Rudge seems unfathomable, and yet that prospect seems to have grown after a week of internal strife at Vale Park. But of the sides relegated from the Premiership, it's the ones who've changed their managers, Barnsley and Crystal Palace, who've taken longer to settle, and John Hendry is hoping that his side have now turned the corner. Well, Hendry recalls himself for today's battle. He said this week that had he not been manager, he would have been disappointed with his omission from the side. Well, today he prefers himself to Jan Arge Fjortoft, who's on the bench. Robin van der Laan returns after a dose of flu to face his former club, and the third change from the side that drew with Bolton last week is the return of Matt Appleby after injury, well timed bearing in mind that Darren Bernard was part of Wales' winning side in Denmark.
Yeah, it's a game you'd really fancy Barnsley to win this afternoon. In goal, Lars Lisa, the big German. 3 centre-backs, Chris Morgan, Matty Appleby and Arjan Dizou. In front of Dizou, Scott Jones on the left-hand side. Nicky Eden, I think, is a solid player. Wing-back, right-hand side for Barnsley. Tough-looking midfield. Sheridan, good on the ball. Clint Marcel, good tricks. Will look to link with the front 2 all the time. And Van der Laan, a bit of steel. Up front, Hendry, busy, likes to play himself at home, alongside a very impressive start to the season, Ashley Ward.
Port Vale are without their highly rated fullback Michael Walsh. The former Scunthorpe man is out with a hamstring injury, as is striker Tony Naylor. Mark Snyders, who was a doubt himself after sustaining a facial injury in the reserves against Grimsby in midweek, replaces Walsh, and Martin Foyle, who made his comeback from injury in the same game, comes in to take Naylor's place.
It's a very tough match tonight for Port Vale. The problems with the manager John Rudge, but they can play some good football. Vale, Musselwhite in goal, 4-4-2, the back 4 of Schneiders, Barnett, Beasley and Tankard. Midfield, Ainsworth, I think perhaps the best player. Good on the right hand side, busy, direct. Barker, solid 100%er. Talbot and Cordes on the left hand side. Up front, Beadle trying to hold up, and Foyle, 35 years old, Martin Foyle, but I think still got good movement in him.
Well, the visiting fans here today making their feelings plain to Chairman Bill Bell after all the speculation this week about John Rudge's future. It's all come about after the resignation from the board of director Stephen Plant, and apparent problems in the background with regard to the future of Rudge's coaching staff. He's only recently taken on Phil Bonneman, but it's believed that his future is in doubt, and if that's the case, Rudge's is too.
This guy is brilliant. He is a star. I think the best 2 mascots got to be Toby Tyke and the fella at Bolton. Is it Leo?
I think it is, yes.
Yeah, he's good. So looking forward to that November the 1st. Bolton, Sunderland, what a cracker. But Toby Tyke, well, he's as famous as anyone around here.
Yes, brings plenty of smiles to the young faces, which is always good to see. And autographing shirts. Been scoring goals as well in the build-up to the game.
Where's that Rob Hawthorne? Look, he's having a look for you, Rob.
Well, can Port Vale put all of the week's problems behind them? Big problems off the field, of course, while on the field they have been doing their stuff with the victory over Norwich last week. John Hendry's first season as player manager, and today he'll have the playing part of his role as well. Well, both these teams have raised expectations in recent times. Port Vale through their annual survival, Barnsley with their recent excursion into the Premiership. Who will come out on top today here at Oakwell? You'll find out as the game comes up in full after the break.
Just why do thousands of people come back to BT every week? big, big difference. Thousands of people come back to BT every week.
When you're playing to win, be prepared to take the knocks. Ralgex attacks muscular pain fast. And now, new Ralgex gel with the power of ibuprofen. Ralgex, powerful pain relief for sports injuries.
I do not believe it!
Time is the new name in computer retailing.
At Time, we're committed to making computer buying easy.
It's time for our sales staff to take the time
to understand your specific needs.
It's time for plain English,
not technical jargon.
It's time for computers that grow with you
and are easily updated.
It's Time who cut out the middleman
and cut the cost of computers.
So if you're looking for a computer, isn't it time you talk to us?
Time Computer Systems, we're on your side.
From all corners of the globe, November's covered on Sky Sports.
International cricket.
England's quest to bring home the Ashes begins against Australia.
International rugby.
Delalio's men take on the Wallabies.
International Rugby League.
Great Britain play host to New Zealand.
Football.
England's next friendly international live from Wembley. November on Sky Sports. Class of its own.
Here we go then, Barnsley against Port Vale. It's back to Alan and Rob.
It's a sunny, picturesque scene at Oakwell, but that might be slightly deceptive. There is a blustery wind about, and that may have an effect on the game today. Calm as it is at the moment as Barnsley get the game underway, and Vanderlaan immediately losing out on a challenge. But Barnsley, if they win here, could go into the top half of the table for the first time this season, and that's something of a surprise, bearing in mind that they were amongst the pre-season favourites to be in the promotion shake-up.
Got an impression, Rob, they have played well, just a little bit sloppy at the back. They've not really been getting out the game what they should.
Here's Ward, and here's Hendry, with players drifting into the box, and Mark Schneider's leaving an early calling card with the Barnsley player manager.
This is a danger man for Vale. Barnsley have to watch this fella. I was very impressed with him at Lincoln City. Very direct, runs with the ball, takes players on, and a good cross to the ball, Ainsworth.
A number of Premiership teams have reportedly been watching Gareth Ainsworth, who is undoubtedly Port Vale's most prized asset at the moment. Had a habit of unearthing them over the years. Ainsworth himself, of course, the replacement for John McCarthy, who was sold expensively to Birmingham. And Steve Guppy, who was sold expensively to Leicester. They've always relied a lot on their wide players and the service that they provide. Here's Hendry looking to provide some service. He's got three in the box waiting. It's beyond Ward and Vanderlaan.
Yeah, a little overhit from the wee fella. I don't know how you understand him, Rob, with that Glasgow accent. Very strong. He does like to play himself at home, doesn't he? He buzzes about, trying to just slip the ball in for Ashley Ward.
Well, while Hendry is very much a new kid on the block in management terms, John Rudge, it's 15 years since they actually stepped up in caretaker control initially to succeed John McGrath, and during his reign Barnsley have had 7 managers. There have been 3 different prime ministers, only 1 pope, but by any stretch of the imagination in football terms, it's quite a reign. Schneider's with the throw. Appleby. Schneider has managed to keep it in, and Barnsley almost caught out by Foyle getting behind them.
I was saying earlier, Foyle still got good movement. 35-year-old, looks after himself, still makes good, quality, intelligent runs.
Just the last 5 games with an ankle injury, Martin Foyle. Morgan. Paul Musselwhite, who's kept just 2 clean sheets this season against Crystal Palace and then last weekend against Norwich. Vale with just 3 wins to their credit so far and haven't yet been out of the bottom 6.
It's funny down that bottom 6, it's a seesaw job, isn't it? All of a sudden a team down there gets a couple of wins, then there's 3 Barron games and people catch up. I think it's going to be so tight, especially at the bottom of the first division table. I think the top 20 sort of sell out just after Christmas. Listen to Ray Wilkins earlier. Bolton and Sunderland, I would agree entirely with that. I think they could pull away.
Meanwhile, at the bottom end, the 2 clubs above Tranmere will have been a little concerned that they registered their first win yesterday. This is Hendry on the charge.
Oxford United, that's a bad, you've got to do well at home when you're down the bottom. That was a great result for John Aldridge's men.
Well, along with Tranmere, Port Vale have the worst goal-scoring record in the division. Just 8 that they've managed in the league campaign so far. Foyle, who's up front for them, yet to register this season. Peter Beadle, his strike partner, has got a couple. Walk. Sheridan.
Just letting Talbot on the receiving end of a kick there from Robbie van der Laan. I shouldn't laugh because it's nice and cosy up here on top of the roof where Stuart Talbot clutching his left shin.
He hobbled away from the challenge of his former colleague.
It just goes a little bit high after the ball here. I think he's got rubbers on, but right in the inside of the left shin. Just as well Van der Laan, I think, has got rubbers on, and that could have been even worse.
Van der Laan, well known to members of this Port Vale side. He was being very friendly in pre-match exchanges, not so since the whistle got the game underway. Didn't actually play in the first team alongside Talbot, although he was at the club during Van der Laan's time there.
It's terrible, you get a knock like that early on in the game. It's all you need.
Ward, Hendry. Jones is in the middle, and he got there!
Just for a minute, like you, Rob, I thought that was going to sneak in the top corner. Really, Musselwhite in the end made it look easy, but it was a looking tight header. Jones just appearing. Gets a nice high header, and all of a sudden, well, Musselwhite from this angle makes it look easy.
Well, Scott Jones has a habit of scoring in big games, as Manchester United found out to their cost in the FA Cup when he got a couple in that FA Cup 5th round replay win on Sky.
He's not the tallest, is he? So that's a worrying sign immediately for Port Vale.
Parker. The interception by Marcel, but Sheridan put the defence back under pressure, and didn't they get out of it coolly, he and Van der Laan. Clint Marcel. Everything to his right, including Nicky Eden, and the push means that it won't count.
There was no offside decision. Eden's made a good run, just waiting to get inside the fullback. Well, referee Coltier having a little smile, and you see, looking up here, good ball. Let's see if there's a shove. There's certainly a little bit of contact, but not a lot.
First decision that referee Taylor has been called upon to make. It was Cordes who was the player who went to ground. Eden, the player who scored his last goal live on Sky a couple of seasons ago in the league match here with Sheffield United.
Unfortunately, cross not good for little John Hendry, but Ward doing well. The wind was holding the ball up, Hendry was in support, and Ward just cushioning the header down to his captain. Sorry, his coach, I should say.
Beasley. Tankered up with Sheridan.
They'll have got to try and get it down and get it wide right to Ainsworth.
This is Talbot. Getting into problems with Appleby. Sheridan. Appleby.
It's a good comfortable throw from Appleby. Willing to bring the ball out, pass it about.
Sheridan here has sent a piercing ball through the Port Vale defence to pick out his manager Hendry. He's looking for the run of Marcel. Tankard hit it against Marcel. Unfortunately for Vale, it goes wide.
I think we're going to see a lot of this from Barnsley today. Runs from midfield. Marcel making a good run here. Van der Laan can get in the box as well. Hendry, that's an intelligent run, isn't it? Holding it up well. Just waiting for a little bit of support. Support arrives, but Marcel just can't get there in front. Midfield, I think it'll be Sheridan. He's the one who likes to sit and get it off the back four and stroke it about.
Van der Laan. Kept in by Ainsworth. Flip off was by Beadle.
It's very important when you're away from home, Rob, that your front two can hold it up for you. Just give you a little breather, a little chance to push up and try and build off. And if it goes up to them and keeps coming back, it's just continuous pressure. Marcel certainly got carte blanche on. He's all over the place at the moment, Clint Marcel. I think John Henry said, make your runs. We're quite steady in there. We've got, you know, Sheridan sitting and Van der Laan alongside him.
Sheridan here curling it in, and Van der Laan was the player closing in at the back post, and he's won the corner.
Great header by Talbot, great header. His keeper came, and I'm not sure he was going to get this. Talbot suddenly said, I'll deal with it. Van der Laan sneaking into the far post, teasing cross. Look at the keeper coming, and Talbot rise above him. Concede the corner.
Ward and Van der Laan had both converged. It was a crucial intervention from Talbot, but it has led to this corner that Sheridan now takes, and Ward tugging away at Beasley.
He actually not, is he? Beasley applauded the referee's decision. Thank you, sir. It's going to be a good battle in there between them two.
Much speculation about Ashley Ward's future, but you'll have heard John Hendry on this programme reaffirming that he is staying unless silly money is offered. Sheffield Wednesday, the club with whom he's been linked. Danny Wilson said at the time that he signed him for Barnsley that he was possibly the best signing he'd made. Ainsworth. Jones is the man who seems to be sticking tightest to Ainsworth, a player who's having to get used to being man-marked in this division.
It's interesting, you know, going back to Ashley Wardrobe. John Hendry was saying earlier he feels that he's the best centre forward in this league. And that's some accolade, you know. We think of Phillips around, Johnson at Ipswich, some very, very good strikers. Blake at Bolton.
Hendry looking to get through here. Beasley waited for it. Marcel. Barker. There's Appleby. Tazir. Barnsley have scored in all but one of their games so far, despite their indifferent form.
It's a clear free kick, isn't it? And Paul Taylor's not taking any lip this time. Easily climbing all over Ward. Sheridan can hit them, can't he? Taylor's, sorry, Scott Jones coming over, and Van der Laan sometimes likes a thump.
There may not be too much subtlety if it's Van der Laan, but he'll certainly give the wall a test. Sheridan going for it. Here's Marcel. Dazoo, cleared by Beadle. Ward. Cleared by Barnett. Paul Musselwhite, who played alongside Van der Laan and Martin Foyle in one of the Wembley successes achieved during the John Rudge era when they won the Autoglass Trophy back in 1993. 3 trips to Wembley in all in the Rudge reign.
Yeah, got all this rumours about John under pressure, but I'm sure he hears that every season when Vale are down there fighting. I think a few of the fans, well, I think they realise John Rudge has done a great job. Good crowd here at Oakwell.
Ward. Marcel here up against Tankard. And his clearance goes straight to Ward. Van der Laan's made the run into the box for him. More patience required as Eden gets it in. Flag is up.
I don't know if it was a push or offside, but again, Jones, the little fullback on the left-hand side, wing-back, flying in at the far post. Hendry, his manager's there, but watch for Jones coming late. There he is in the picture now. An offside given.
Goes Beadle. Looking for Foyle. Beadle scored in Vale's only away win of the season so far at Crystal Palace. He's the player they bought to replace Lee Mills, whom they sold for over £1 million. He was bought from Bristol Rovers for around half that sum.
Lee Mills certainly living up to his £1 million price tag. Some people thought, too much. Not at all. And I thought Mills had an excellent partnership with a player who's missing today's little nailer. Good player for Port Vale.
Naylor limped off last week against Norwich with a hamstring problem. This is Hendry against Snyders. Jones, and he's won the throw.
Jones so far is pushing Ainsworth back. I thought it'd be the other way about.
Interception is by Appleby. It was Hendry who was retreating from an offside position.
One thing about Barnsley, Rob, they're not in too much of a hurry here. John Henry said, look, let's keep our passing and our movement going. Be patient, we'll get our goal. I think what concerns John more than anything is at the back. Let's tighten up. We're giving too many sloppy, silly goals away.
By Ainsworth. Ward a potential target from the Jones free kick. Talbot. It's Cordes who's going for it. The goalkeeper had made a very brave decision in coming as far as he did.
Not sure about the left foot volley there, Rob. He came a long way, didn't he? Good run from Cordes.
Dave Watson, incidentally, still out after his cartilage operation. Kevin Richardson with the same problem.
I don't know if the viewers are aware, Rob, but it's very, very windy here. We're perched right up on the hill of Oakwell, and the wind is swirling about down on the pitch.
Marcel released by Sheridan, and he's given Schneiders the slip. 2 in the box for him if he can feed it across. The challenge from Tankard is successful.
It's a great challenge from Tankard. And he's saying to Schneiders, hey, stay on your feet, or if you're going to dive in, make sure you get the ball, because this Marcel just skips past him. He's nowhere near the ball. But Tankard keeps his eye on it, not looking at the movement. And a good tackle.
Sheridan's corner. Ward was coming in. Beasley blocking his route.
It's good battle, isn't it? Ward loves to come on the end of things, but Beasley sticking to the task well.
Eden's corner this time. Ward climbed early. Eden again. Jones with the near post header.
Again, Jones getting in the box. He's getting a few headers in, but I just felt there was a free kick earlier there. Ward was climbing all over Beasley. Jones, fair due. So look there, look at Ward all over him. Looks to the ref says play on. Clipped into near post. Jones with a header over the top. Near post, and a few moments ago, Jones appearing at the far.
Jones has scored once since his double against Manchester United. He managed it against Southampton in a 4-3 win in the Premiership last March. It's Cruades. Barker. Cleared by Eden. Hendry.
Good play from Hendry. Barker certainly catching Henry in the back there, but little John Henry holding up, not giving it away easy, and Barker could be in trouble. I don't know what he's speaking about. Henry knows where he is, and he just gets his backside in there, doesn't he? But you see the tug in the shot with the right hand from Simon Barker. That's why the yellow goes.
Two most experienced professionals on the pitch in combat, and Simon Barker shown the yellow card. They're on week-to-week deals with Port Vale after his release by Queen's Park Rangers. Header on here towards Ward.
It's that man Jones. I think Gareth Angels come here and thought I can raid down the right-hand side, but at the moment he's playing like a right fullback.
Foul by Dazoo on Beadle.
First strike on goal. Just wonder if Cordes fancies this, Rob, coming over.
Well, Beadle there as well. They claim that the ball's not back the full distance. Well struck! Oh, what a drive! Beadle rattling the bar.
Lance Lisa there looked at it, he looked to his right and thought, please, give me a break. Cannons off the crossbar, lovely strike, isn't it, from Beadle? And I don't think the keeper was getting anywhere near this. Curl, bend, power. And Vale suddenly shocking Barnsley will almost take the lead. Very unlucky.
Good effort from Peter Beadle. Hendry.
And Hendry using body strength. Realising maybe not enough bodies in the box, I'll go for the corner. Eden to deliver.
In goes Eden's corner, Jones gets up again. Eden looking for the follow-up.
Someone's got to get on this fella, that's ridiculous. Everything in the box. It's Scott Jones who's challenging for it. Eden drills it. Jones again. A few bodies in there. I think it was Talbot got out. That's a good ball. 6 yards out, just behind Jones.
Scott Jones almost joined Mansfield at the start of last season after a loan spell there. But when it didn't materialise, he returned to Barnsley and his goal-scoring efforts against Manchester United, and in the Premiership earned him a new contract at Oakwell. Of course, without Michael Walsh, Port Vale have lost their potent long throw weapon. Ainsworth lifts this one over the bar.
I don't think it was a lob on the keeper. I think he was just trying to feed it in the box. Ainsworth hasn't seen much of the ball, defending most of the time. Vale, goodness me, coming so close. As I said, Lars Lisa, I don't think he was anywhere near it.
Hendry's managed to stay onside. This is Ward.
Unlucky, just trying to tease it into his manager there on the 6-yard line. A good understanding between them both. Not the quickest little John Hendry, but makes good runs.
Van der Laan. Jones. Cleared by Tankard to Talbot. Barnett. It's Eden who's emerged with it. The crosses towards John Hendry. It was a good testing ball cleared by Barnett.
Barnett done well because Hendry was shoving away at him. Good ball again from Eden. Barnett are just beginning to up the tempo now.
Sheridan climbing over Talbot to get there. Morgan. This is Desir. Appleby. Just lurking behind Beasley, but Beasley unruffled.
I think he wanted in the hand bears of there, Ashley Ward. It is holding up in the wind.
Well, there looked to be a hand there from Morgan. Cordes.
That's him making up for it because it was a clear handball, wasn't it? Morgan going for the challenge. Watch this. I only hit 5 fingers.
Cordes winning the throw off Nicky Eden, whose consistency was a key factor in Barnsley. Ainsworth. He's on the corner.
And Vale have sent the two big boys up now, Beasley and Barnett. You just see none of it all with Port Vale, you know, Rob. They have got a little bit of quality. They can pass the ball under pressure, but they've come closest.
That's the effort from Beasley, from Beadle that's hit the crossbar the closest either side has come so far. Lees has come for the corner. Punches it straight back to the taker. Cordes, though, prepared to take another.
Yeah, the big fella, Lars Lees, has just got to make his decisions a little bit quicker.
Come on. On your toes, lad. On your toes. Go and get it.
Headed out by Appleby, it's another.
Cordes has just somehow got to beat the first defender there at the near post. He's trying to put it in with pace, which always troubles defenders, but you just got to slightly get it above Appleby's head, guarding that near post.
See from the corner flag just how the wind continues to affect things as the corner's floated in towards Barnett. Again, the goalkeeper very unconvincing in clearing, only as far as Ainsworth. And Talbot with the effort.
I just feel that they'll feel maybe at the moment Lars Lisa is not the most confident. He came out and almost slapped at that. It wasn't a punch. You can see the ball holding up in the wind. Barnett's in there with Van der Laan. Look at this. That's a nothing clearance. Eventually Talbot arrives in the scene. Good hold-up play from Ainsworth and wide of the target.
So a tall goalkeeper, the German, you would maybe have expected him to be more commanding than he was there. At the other end, just outside the box, that challenge from Barnett on Hendry is going to lead to another booking.
Hendry. Well, Barker's having a little go at Hendry as well there off the ball. Barker's been booked, he has to be very careful. But Barnett, Hendry's leaning into him. He's small, low gravity, good balance. Barnett was always the wrong side. The referee felt it was tugging back, and he was very, very close to the edge of the box. So now Barnett has to be close. Has to be careful.
Two Port Vale players then on yellow cards, and now they're facing this free kick. Eden and Sheridan are over it. There's plenty of movement in the box.
The Zoo was going into the box and Barnett tugged him to the ground. There was a lot of pushing and shoving. Well, you get to, you know, it's normal nowadays, isn't it, in the box? But certainly a lot of pushing and shoving. Good movement. Watch for the Zoo making a run here. Barnett's close to him. Down he goes. Try getting in the near post. Wow. Was he tugged back? Arjun the Zoo feels he was.
Is the player receiving treatment as a result of that little bit of pushing and shoving. Action coming up from the Nationwide League this Monday night as we look at the second division leaders in action. Stoke City taking on Chesterfield. It's on Sky Sports 2 and our coverage starts at 7 o'clock. Rudge has left his upstairs seat to get a little closer to the action. Obviously can't get as close as his opposite number. He's in a position to influence things as he has done in this fixture before. He scored in Barnsley's last 2 league victories over Port Vale a couple of seasons ago.
Hit the deck, picks himself up, and the free kick goes the other way.
Tankard. Beasley. Beadle gets it across towards Foyle and Talbot.
Great header from Appleby there, you know. His Foyle was just winding himself up. Beadle pulled off to the far post. It was a good ball.
Beadle here for Sheridan.
That's a misunderstanding. What happened there was Eden went to make the run for Sheridan and see when he spotted Van der Laan with space, so he then decided to go inside. Sheridan's head went down to the ball. Misunderstanding.
Morgan. Parker, who's already been booked. Raising his arm there to Van der Laan, who went down.
He's got to be careful, Adiro. He tangled John Hendry earlier when Hendry was brought down there by Barnett a few moments ago.
Free kick. Waited for Dezu to come forward. He's aimed the kick towards him. Cleared by Talbot. Put up by Dezu. This is Jones. Ward has gone down. The referee keeps his hands behind his back. No penalty.
I have to say, Rob, Schneider's he looks a dodgy defender to me. Not really unfair to him, but this could easily have been given. Ward is holding his ground. Look, isn't that tug to the ground? I've seen him given for that. Good ball at the box. I couldn't help think that's a pen.
Schneider's as the Port Vale player involved, and it's fair to say that Paul Taylor's not made himself the most popular man of Oakwell by passing on that decision, but clearly Barnsley are fired up by it all, and they've won a corner here.
That's a better chance of Snyder's, but I can't help think he was lucky early on. Well, he dived in early on Marcel a few moments ago as well. Ward looks to the ref.
Eden. Turned in by Morgan. And the header from Beasley goes straight to Jones. Barnett clears. It's very haphazard at the moment for Port Vale.
I think Jones felt there that Peter Beadle was closing in his way. He was going to drive that for goal, I'm sure he was, but Beadle just got across in the way. He then tried to just drive it low into the box.
Sheridan's corner. Broken to Eden. Gets it back from Eden. This is good build-up from Barnsley. And they've got another corner.
Yeah, they just need a killer ball and a final touch. Mighty pressure.
Eden's corner. Sheridan. He's taken down by Talbot.
They're getting stuck in, aren't they? Talbot very, very late. Good play from Sheridan. You know, he bounced up off the turf and just nicked it away from him. I don't think Talbot can complain about it. It's only Sheridan. Get up! Just takes a little knock. Bum. Over he goes.
Vale caused plenty of damage from the free kick. Can Barnsley do the same? It was Appleby's effort.
Headed out before. It's going to be a good strike from that distance to beat Russell White and goal.
Hendry. Cordes coming back again this time.
Well, Hendry might be lucky. Now he's clashing with Cordes. And I think what Cordes is saying there, how you dive, and I tend to agree with him. I think this is a dive. Hendry going in between two players. Cordes goes to the ball. Maybe it's a slight touch, but the wee fella quick to jump, you know, quick to fall over.
If it was a dive, Hendry should have been booked.
Well, that's right. I think Foyle had to go at the ref as well. It is difficult for referees, isn't it? As the sun comes out again, glorious Oakwell. I thought we were going to have thunderstorms.
It's still pretty gusty out there, though. For all of the huffing and puffing of Barnsley, they've not been able to blow Port Vale's house down. Barnett is there.
That was a late challenge there by Foyle. Foyle just saying to Jones, okay, sorry. There's a little bit of needle out there.
Jones reacted well, though. He didn't look for reprisals.
Ward. He's no real chances. I think they're having a job with the crosses in the box because it's so blustery, and where we are right up on this roof, it's very blustery indeed.
Take that. Beasley. Cleared by Eden. This is Marcel. Ward up against Barnett. Hendry to his left. Sheridan. Now Hendry. Schneider's going across with him. Making an effective challenge the first time. Playing manager winning the corner.
Experience, isn't it, Hendry? Not sure if that was a corner. Schneider's this time got close to him. But can they make this pressure count? We're getting 9 minutes remaining.
Sheridan's corner. Musselwhite comes and claims at the second attempt.
The ball was swirling about again, wasn't it? Goalkeepers have to be so careful in conditions such as these. We're back right on top of the roof here. I feel it swaying about. You're putting a bit of weight on, Rob.
Flag not staying in place.
No, I'd love to see Marcus Butland climb up here. There's some of these stairs and positions we have. Get his hush puppies dirty.
That's why I always walk up behind you. You're my windbreak. Barker losing out to John Hendry. Schneiders. Here's Talbot.
Can't get Ainsworth in the game, can they?
Morgan. Eden. Giving away to Foyle. Cordes here has picked up Beadle. Dazoo is racing back.
Beadle's a bit unlucky, but you have to say that was a great ball, great vision from Cordes. But Barnsley's trying to play the way out of trouble here. Eden just giving it away to Foyle. Cordes, first time, ping. And maybe the wind just took it away from him. The ball bounced up into him. And Dazoo getting back well. Just the touch had to be perfect there. But good vision from Cordes.
Dazoo's clearance putting Barnsley back under pressure. Talbot. Tankard. Beadle coming forward, giving it back to Tankard.
Yeah, on the left foot, trying to ping one from a long way out. Nice little 1-2, but the final strike, no decent contact.
It's a while since Alan Tankard scored, 21 months since his last league goal in a draw at Grimsby. For Port Vale all season. Barnsley here on the charge with Ward, running into Barnett.
Great perseverance there from Ward.
Ainsworth. Taking on Appleby, and a good test. The goalkeeper tipping it over.
Foyle was free there, but Ainsworth now showing us why so many clubs are having a look at this fella. Just saying, right, let's see how quick you are, Matty Appleby. The cross a little bit close to the keeper, and the keeper dealing with it well. Nice little turn of pace there. And Vale had players in the box, so Barnsley just have to be that little bit cautious, piling forward.
Barnsley goalkeeper hasn't always looked comfortable in this sort of situation, facing corners as he does now from Simon Barker. So claim that time though.
He's a big lad, isn't he? He should be able to come from. Talk about big lads, he's just kicked one there to the smallest guy in the pitch.
Here's Marcel. Sheridan. Van der Laan.
I see too much of Marcel, have we? You know, I thought he'd be getting in around the edge of the box, looking for little 1-2 step overs.
Frustration of the home crowd will only grow after that back pass from Dazoo. Schneider's losing out to Sheridan. This is Ward. And now Hendry's onside. It's behind Ward. They've let it go, and Van der Laan almost came in and made Barnett pay for just watching as it floated past him.
Best chance of the match, and should, you know, I just felt Ashley Ward's ball to John Hendry wasn't a good one. Watch this, Hendry spins away, onside. If that's a better ball, I think Hendry scores. He clips it in right-footed, Van der Laan arriving, you've just got to hit the target with the right foot. Nice little clip from Hendry. He's just all about timing, half volley, leans back and over.
Well, Van der Laan there could have got the goal he wants against his former club, a club for whom he made over 200 appearances in 4.5 years. Really experienced the ups and downs of life at Vale Park in that time of promotion and a relegation.
Beadle and Van der Laan having a little pop at each other there. Beadle was very unhappy with Amberland's challenge.
He's going to take it out on Appleby here. Appleby's managed to get away, and it was Cordes who stuck his foot in. Barker. Talbot. Ainsworth pulled down by Jones.
Again, a bit of niggle.
Looks as though it could be the first Barnsley booking of the game. Scott Jones.
Here. A little bit of tugging and pulling again. He goes down, watch his hand, his fingers. I think Jones trods on them. I think that was the problem.
Cordes with a free kick. Scott Jones following Talbot, Barnett and Barker of Port Vale into the referee's book. Cordes. Talbot to Schneiders. Beadle. Ainsworth. This is Jones.
That's the old saying, Rob, the game needs a goal.
Foyle, well, nice idea. Morgan managed to prevent it coming to fruition.
A little bit too obvious.
Even here looking for Hendry. Hendry's pulled wide to collect that ball from Van der Laan. Good work from the Barnsley boss, cleared by Cordes. This is Sheridan.
He's getting more involved. Looks as if he's got a good bit of vision. Will do it first time if he can. He's a big strapping lad. A big lump, as Ray Wilkins would say.
He's had to wait his chance in the Port Vale team following his arrival last season. Found himself behind Corden and Janssen for much of the time in the pecking order. So Cordes an influential figure on this game so far. Ball from him cleared by Jones. A minute of stoppage time to be added on in this first half. And we're heading towards that point. The deadlock still to be broken. Beadle. Barker. Cordes. Tankard. Appleby. Tussling away.
Good crowd in from Hendry. He's trying to get a quick free kick in.
The referee initially obstructed him, but he's managed to pick out Marcel, and it just floats over the head of Ashley Ward.
What a great opportunity. Marcel just had to pick someone out. Great vision there from little John Hendry. I think he got away at the third time and tried to take the quick free kick. Marcel was on his bike. But when it comes to picking someone out again, he can't do it. Ward making a good run. Right in the centre of the goals. It's a poor cross.
Back well by Beadle for Foyle. Half time, no score. Port Vale have been under pressure for much of the half, and yet they went the closest of either side with the free kick from Peter Beadle that rattled the woodwork. A direct free kick it was too. Really had the goalkeeper at full stretch, but there would have been little he could have done about it had it been a few inches lower. Barnsley have had their chances though, and John Hendry will be aware that Scott Jones could have put a couple away. They could have had a penalty for the challenge on Ashley Ward, but at half-time it's 0-0 at Oakwell.
This Halloween, terror has a new face. Prince Nassim in the 11th defense of his world title.
Trick or treat.
Halloween Fright Night on Sky Box Office 3.
Who would I most like to have a one-to-one with? Martin Luther King.
I just want to do God's will.
I'd asked him if there was one incident that drove him to become part of the civil rights movement. And did he realise how much he frightened those who opposed him? Most of all, if I could have a one-to-one with him, I'd ask him how he maintained his principle of peaceful protest in the face of such provocation.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Who would you most like to have a one-to-one with? Our mobile phone service gets people talking.
This is Ronseal 5-year wood stain. It's a wood stain from Ronseal that's guaranteed to last 5 years. Use Ronseal 5-year wood stain. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
This is dandruff. Take a close look, because this could be the last time you see it if you start using this. Nizoral Dandruff Shampoo is a treatment that's different from others you've bought before. It's specifically formulated to actually kill the yeast, which scientists now know can be a leading cause of dandruff. And it's effective, so you'll only use it once a week. Nizoral Dandruff Shampoo could be dandruff's last call.
Do you want a flake in that, love?
Sir.
We are but a handful of good men. Weary. Battle weary. But the time has come to gird our loins, to don our colors, and let loose the dogs of war. Whatever your sport, Pro Sport protects.
Another big day of golf here on Sky Sports. Over on Sky Sports 1 now, live from St Andrews. It's the final day of the Alfred Dunhill Cup. Spain against South Africa in the final, and coverage continues until 6 o'clock. While here on Sky Sports 2 from 10, it's action from the US Tour, day 4 of the Michelob Championship. David Duval currently leading the way there. Half-time at Oakwell, it's Barnsley 0, Port Vale 0. 8 attempts at goal altogether, 2 for the home side, none as yet for Port Vale, though they did come very, very close with that free kick from Mr. Beagle. 4 bookings so far: Scott Jones of Barnsley, Barker, Barnett and Talbot of Vale. As far as the action areas are concerned, well, Barnsley dominating. They've had a lot more of the ball as well, but they failed to score. It's been fairly frustrating for them. One of those days, really, and Ray, generally, the quality hasn't been that good, has it?
I've got to say that if you ask any footballer what he doesn't like playing in, it's wind. And it is extremely windy, and there's a lot of misplaced passes out there, and it hasn't really been the game that we anticipated, but I think the conditions have got a lot to do with it.
And John Rudge, presumably, will be pretty proud of his side. They're under pressure, they're being written off in certain quarters. A lot of solid defending up to now.
Yes, as Ray said, it's been a bit poor because of the wind, I think, and they need to get it on the floor a little bit more. But Port Vale looked a little bit dangerous on the break, and obviously from that free kick which hit the crossbar, we're very unlucky not to go ahead.
One or two issues to try and clear up. First of all, the disallowed goal for Barnsley. Before the game, of course, John Hendry was saying his team needed a little bit of luck. Did the luck go against them in this incident, Ray?
Well, if we see it from a different angle, he actually does bump into him, but Nigel and I thought he was offside anyway, so here we see it coming in. The ball's being played now by Clinton. Well, he might just have been onside, but it's just a clash of bodies, and I think Nicky can count himself unfortunate, because I don't think Cordes actually knew that he was there.
OK, well, a possible penalty as well. Schneiders and Ashley Ward combining. Ward, we spoke about before the game, getting himself into a good position. What do you reckon on that one, Nigel?
Well, I think the referee's right there. I think it's one of those tussles around there. I've seen them given. I think Ashley's holding the defender's holding him, and they've both gone down. But I think the referee made the right decision. You
go along with that, Ray?
Well, I think Schneider's got to stay on his feet. I think that's poor defending. I think Alan Brazil got it right. I think it's a penalty. I'll have to disagree with Nigel on that.
Excellent, we love disagreements.
Purely and simply, he's trying to win something that is not there to be won, and Ashley's a big, strong lad. If he just stays off him and keeps him going out of the box, then he's got half a chance of defending against him. But once you start diving in, you've only got to have a referee interpret it differently, and there's a penalty against you.
Well, the wind hasn't helped the final ball as far as Barnsley are concerned. Best chance of the half fell to Robbie van der Laan, against his former side, of course. Ward and Hendry combining, and I don't think we're being too harsh here, Nigel, to say that he should have scored.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, he's coming in on it. It's windy. He comes in at the far post, but he's got to hit the target. I don't know about scoring, but he's obviously Robbie's leant back there and it's gone blazing over the top, and it looks a worse miss than it is. But it's a good ball in from John Hendry to the far stick, and if you see Robbie coming in, he's leaning back. Maybe he should have hit it with his left foot, because he scored last week on his left foot.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I suppose they've just got to at half-time, so we're creating chances. We only need one to go in. Still plenty of time for them.
I think Alan Brazil hit that one on the head as well there, when he said that Ashley Ward should have actually put John in. It was a poor pass. That really, he had no one putting him under any pressure. He should have made that pass and given John the opportunity, or given his manager the opportunity to stick it in the back of the net.
Yes, would have been a good idea, wouldn't
exactly.
it? Best moment of the half for Port Vale, unquestionably, that free kick. Better watch out when Beadle's about, and he hits this with real venom. Look at the stats there, 70 miles an hour, 31 yards.
I think that's with the wind as well, though, we've got to say that. But it's a wonderful strike, and the goalkeepers, if that's just 2 inches lower, the keeper's nowhere near it. So they're very unlucky not to score from there. Good technique.
Finds a nice gap in the wall, doesn't he?
He does. But with that wind, it picks up pace, 31 yards. Unlucky.
Briefly, Ray, what's going to happen in the second half? Can Port Vale hang on? Of course, you're both going for a Barnsley win.
We are, and you're going for a Port Vale one. I think if Barnsley put them under the amount of pressure they put them under in the first half, then a Barnsley victory for me.
Half-time. It is goalless, a game that both sides really do need to win. Remember, Barnsley will climb to 11th with victory. Port Vale can move out of the bottom 4. Nothing to show between the two at half-time.
Can you take the heat?
Tonight at 9, a brand new series guaranteed to send temperatures soaring.
The game goes like this.
And guess what it is?
Is that electric toothbrush?
Look at the magnificent bulge in his trunks.
They're on the beach.
An entire vineyard in his briefs.
And on the ball.
You don't touch me, you know the rules.
Join Julian Clary and Davina McCall for Prickly Heat. Tonight at 9 on Sky 1, followed by British Sex.
For another 10 quid, we could have had a recap.
Who would I most like to have a one-to-one with? Martin Luther King.
I just want to do God's will.
I'd asked him if there was one incident that drove him to become part of the civil rights movement. And did he realise how much he frightened those who opposed him? Most of all, if I could have a one-to-one with him, I'd ask him how he maintained his principle of peaceful protest in the face of such provocation.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
most like to have a one-to-one with. Our mobile phone service gets people talking.
From the makers of Lethal Rage 4 comes the most explosive film yet.
Mr. Darcy, what an unexpected pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.
Do you care for some tea?
How very kind.
One lump or two?
3, actually.
How refreshing. How Heineken.
Time is the new name in computer retailing.
At Time, we're committed to making computer buying easy.
It's time for our sales staff to take the time
To understand your specific needs,
It's time for plain English.
not technical jargon,
It's time for computers that grow with you.
and are easily updated.
It's time who cut out the middleman.
And cut the cost of computers.
So if you're looking for a computer, isn't it time you talk to us?
Time Computer Systems, we're on your side.
Until now, choosing a new car was so confusing it was hard to know which way to turn. Until now.
We've gotta get out of this place. Girl has a better life on the end.
The new Accord. Technology you can enjoy from Honda.
Mom,
Yeah?
have you ever thought about marrying Andrew?
You what? Don't be daft.
Well, it's just he's loaded, isn't he?
So?
Well, what happens when I go to college then?
Game 4 of the JJB Super League playoffs. The Wigan Warriors face the Leeds Rhinos. For the winners, a place in the final. For the losers, one last chance to make it to Old Trafford as they meet St Helens in the final game of the playoffs before the grand final. 3 teams remain, 2 games to go, only 1 week left before the first ever Super League Grand Final. In association with JJB Sports, the playoffs continue tonight. Sky Sports 1.
Some more live action coming up for you on Wednesday. World Grand Prix darts here on Sky 2 from 1 and over on Sky Sports 1 from 7. Live international football. Scotland fresh from their victory against Estonia yesterday against the Faroe Islands. So that is on Wednesday. Sky Sports 2 and 1. Half-time here on Sky Sports 2. It's Barnsley 0, Port Vale 0. Got a couple of interesting facts for you. Before that, one other score. Division 3 latest. Rochdale 1, Halifax 0. Mark Williams after 45 minutes. If Halifax win that game, they will go top of the 3rd division. Now, as far as those 2 interesting facts are concerned, well, Barnsley haven't been involved in a goalless draw at Oakwell for 2 years, since 0-0 against Oxford in October '96, and Port Vale haven't been involved in a goalless draw away from home in the league for over 2 years, since a goalless draw at Southend in September '96. So, encouragement that we will see a goal in the second 45. And of course, Barnsley, Nigel, can call upon your old mate Jan Fjortoft if necessary.
Yes, I think Jan's one of those players you bring him on for a couple of minutes, maybe 20 minutes.
That's
things
not
aren't
him,
going. That isn't Jan, no. It looks like that sometimes. But no, bring him on for 20 minutes or so and he's always likely to get you a goal. But now you've said that, Marcus, we probably won't get a goal.
I'm going to blame the producer. I deliberately didn't want to mention those statistics. He said mention them. So if it finishes 0-0, all letters to the producer. Let's rejoin our commentators, Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
Here's another fact for you. Barnsley have only been defeated 3 times in the league this season, which is actually a fewer number of defeats than the leaders Huddersfield. But they are dropping too many points with home draws, and we saw it here the last time we covered them in a match against Stockport when they took the lead but didn't kill the game off and were held back by a Graham Branch equaliser. So can they show that ruthless touch in the second half here to finish off a Port Vale side who are renowned for their resilience and for digging in.
This will not be 0-0, Rob. Ward will score.
Well, Mr. Brazil puts his neck on the chopping block. Here's Barnett with the back pass. Ashley Ward has, of course, been in excellent goal-scoring form. 9 already this season, 7 in his last 6 league appearances. Ward had a delayed start to this season because of a knee operation. But of late, he really has had the Midas touch.
8 goals in 8 games is tremendous goal, at any standard.
Here's Ainsworth. Good run into the box from him. Tankard. Beasley. Passes towards Gareth Ainsworth.
So what's a good header, isn't it? Gets in front of Arjan Dazou. And if that had been nearer the far post, I've got a feeling Lisa could have been in trouble.
And he's Port Vale's joint leading scorer with Tony Naylor. 4 goals this season so far for Gareth Ainsworth. We've got the winner against Norwich last weekend. Van der Laan, here's Hendry, Ward to his right. Hendry could go through on his own!
Well, on his left foot, I was wondering if he was just going to play it into the path of Ashley Ward, who'd give him a good run to Hendry's right. Good play here. Hendry, very direct. Ward's just away to his right-hand side, but goes for the strike and a good stop.
Foyle here, looking to latch on, and does! The back header from Appleby didn't carry, and Martin Foyle takes advantage for his first goal of the season.
Well, 35-year-old knows what it is. It seemed like ages the ball rolled into the net. Appleby can't believe it, shakes his head. And really, Vale, what a start the second half for them. It's the same old thing, when you let the ball bounce, you're in trouble. Foyle just gets a right foot to it. Lisa's beaten. It just rolls its way into the far post, in off the far post. But once you let the ball bounce, and Appleby's header was short back, Martin Foyle on it, another flash.
Well, it just goes to show you never write off Port Vale. All the pressure that they've been under over the last week with their internal strife. Barnsley had the majority of the possession in the first half, and yet the visitors have come out in the second and struck the first blow on the first goal.
Just got his, I think it was his right foot to it, didn't he? But see, Appleby, he lets it bounce, and now he's in trouble. There goes the header, it's short, it goes up in the air, the wind gets a hold of it, out goes the right foot, just nudges it past Lisa. Lisa's praying it hits the post. It does, but finds the back of the net.
Barnsley 0, Port Vale 1. Martin Foyle back from injury with a bang.
That's what we call end-to-end, wasn't it? Because little John Hendry had a good strike with his left foot, saved by Muscle White, and suddenly up the other end and Vale go in front.
The problems with the wind, but Muscle White has come out in the second half wearing a cap to guard against the effects of the sun into which he's facing. But he saw enough of that shot from Hendry to deny him, and then it was quite a clearance that set up the goal, forcing Appleby into the mistake. Hendry, challenged by Barnett. This is Barker. Ainsworth. Dazou.
Suddenly Barnsley looks as if they've got a bit of the touch of the jitters. Foyle makes on well with his manager John Rudge.
Got the trademark cap on for the second half. Not only Muscle White, who's come out with a cap on. Here goes Ainsworth. Beadle and Cordes in the box. And Beadle ran on in there.
Well, the referee spotted it. There was a little kicking match there, Morgan and Beadle. But the players are okay. I think they've sorted it out. As they both went to the ground, the legs were out. A bit of kicking, it's nothing. Good ball, Ainsworth this time getting wide and getting free. Have a look as they drop. Look at the legs going. They're just trying to get up. There's no problem.
Sheridan. Morgan. And Sheridan. And Alarm against Talbot. Flick on by Hendry to Marcel. The offside flag is up.
I think Marcel's got to get his finger out a little bit. You know, we haven't seen too much of him. And if John Hendry, another 10, 12 minutes, will be thinking, okay, if you're tough, who's going to come off from? It might just be this guy. Maybe Hendry off the front too. Hendry had a chance, didn't he, early on? On his left foot. Thought he could have played Ward in, but decided to go himself.
Eden. Parker. Nick Eden with the throw. Hendry.
Good play by Beasley because Van der Laan was on his bike. Did a great run there.
Hendry. Ashley Ward. Hendry and Marcel in the box. Eden on the overlap. Eden's crosses towards Sheridan, but Parker gets in the way. Now Appleby. Be more than one. Most will want an equaliser.
Not bad from Appleby. He gets it on his right foot. Gets the strike away that Musselwhite had a good view of it.
Morgan here under pressure from Fall. Van der Laan. For terrorising the Barnsley backline at the moment. Marcel has got Jones free to his left, but looks back instead to Sheridan.
Nice touch that was down. Jones, as you say, but clear.
Appleby. Now space for him to move on into. Progress just checked by Tankard.
I really think John's going to have to change this. It's not really, you know, a little bit disjointed again. Whereas Port Vale, it's a smash and grab, isn't it? Foyle just getting his big toe, his right toe, just steering it past Lars Lisa.
It's been a bit of a thorn in the flesh of Barnsley as Martin Foyle. He scored the last time that Port Vale won at this ground, a 3-0 victory in March 1996. Trying to feed that one through to Talbot.
Talbot's doing well, battling in there, you know.
Tankard. Away goes Beadle this time. Appleby's there with him. Marcel, Hendry. Won by Barker. And Foyle looking to latch onto it. Sheridan trying to get it over Snyder's head. It's Ashley Ward. The throw. Ward claiming that his shirt was pulled by Snyder's.
The problem Barnsley have got here, Rob, is Eden and Jones are not getting forward like they did early on in the first half. There's no width for Barnsley. It's okay, you don't mind it if your front players are running riot, they're using the flanks and the gullies, but that's not happening. Beadle doing well against two defenders. As soon as it bounced, forward's favourite.
Codes. Keane for the throw. Barker. Beadle. Good layout from Talbot to Beadle. Oh, what a strike for the second. That's a cracking goal.
Oh, what a strike this is. We witnessed his shooting power early in the first half. 70-mile-an-hour rocket shot hit the crossbar. But tell you what, that was 70. This is more like 80-90. What a great move. Little 1-2. 18 yards. Lisa, absolute, doesn't even see it. That is a great strike. I think we're talking goal of the month here. Bang! Lisa can't react. What a shot.
Well, the 2 goals he'd scored before today were both in Port Vale League victories this season against Wolves and against Crystal Palace. And maybe that magic ingredient has been rediscovered again by Port Vale in a week when they needed it most. Barnsley looking for a retaliatory strike though. Cleared by Ainsworth.
I think just before that goal, Rob, you know, John Hendry was shouted over to his bench. And I think he was thinking about, okay, it's not working, let's have a, you know, let's get someone else on. It's got to be Fjortoft now, surely. But what a blow, that second goal.
Hendry's been consulting with Peter Shirtliff and Eric Winstanley, who are in the back room for him. Jan Åge Fjortoft, I'm sure, straining at the leash to come on. A player who's been on and then off the transfer list this season.
I think if I was John now, to know that the double I'd have Liddell on as well. And just gamble, take one of the midfield players off. And I think Marcel might have a chance to get the hook.
Desperate situations require desperate measures. And nothing going the Barnsley goalkeeper's way at the moment. He felt that deflected and the throw-in was given instead to Port Vale.
What a great goal that second one was.
A really cracking strike. Beadle not so happy at the moment. Certainly not happy with Matt Appleby.
It was a fine left-footed strike, wasn't it? A little 1-2, bang. You don't hit them any sweeter than that.
Well, thumbs up from John Rudge, and it looks like he may have pulled off the impossible again in the signing of Beadle after the departure of Mills. And also in conjuring perhaps an unlikely result here after the week that they've just had. I'm sure it'll be all power to Rudge's elbow and his struggle to survive if it stays the way it is at the moment.
Barnsley need a quick one back, don't they? Then we've got a real exciting finish.
Marcel. Sheridan. And here's Appleby. Good hit from him! Off the woodwork! And Van der Laan seemed to be pulled back there by Talbot. Marcel gets it across. And Van der Laan with the effort. It's easily held by Musselwhite.
Well, Van der Laan will go straight to Paul Taylor here, because I think he was tugged. This is unlucky, isn't it? Nothing going Barnes' way. It's a great strike from Appleby. Now Van der Laan, look at that, that's a penalty.
Here's Ainsworth. And has he found the gap? The goalkeeper's come out and got there. Well, it was a cracking strike that hit the woodwork, but even as that was being lined up, the arms of Talbot seemed to be on Van der Laan's shoulders.
It was a desperation lunge, wasn't it? A push, but great strike. And as it comes back, have a look at Talbot.
Well, Appleby is the player who's coming off here, and that's a decision that doesn't seem to be going down too well at all here in Oakwell.
Apart from Appleby's mistake, I thought he played well first half. Oh, he stormed right into the shower room. Straight in, very unhappy.
Liddell is the player who's come on, but Matty Appleby was distinctly unhappy.
Is it fair to say that Potters are really unhappy with Rob?
Beg his pardon, it's not Liddell, it's Sean McClare who's come on to take Appleby's place. But looking at the fury on Appleby's face just perhaps sums up the sort of afternoon that he's had. The bad back header that led to the goal. And just at a time when it seemed that he was about to bring the club back into the game with that effort that came back off the woodwork, he's taken off. And on comes Sean McClare to replace it.
Fans are raging, you know, cheering his name. Still, to get back in the game, you have to make decisions. There, immediately he's taken a bad knock.
Here's Ward. Headed back by Beasley.
Just shows you, I was saying I've got the double Liddell and Fjortoff, and on comes McClare.
Sean McClare's got a couple of goals already this season, scored on his debut. But still the name of Matty Appleby rings out around Oakwell. Here's Ainsworth. Can't be doing McClare's confidence too much good. Well, they don't disguise their feelings in Yorkshire, and there's a lot of anxiety around here at the moment. Hendry here could change all that.
Yeah, Beasley's done well back there, and again a good interception. John Hendry again getting on his left foot, can't get the strike away. Beasley over, quick as a flash.
Cross from Sheridan, headed back by Barnett. Sheridan.
Well, that does infuriate the fans down in Sheridan. Obviously just trying to clip it in.
Well, the supporters here have been quite patient, bearing in mind the start that they had after last season's relegation, but there might just be a bit of a sea change here today, and that has perhaps been exemplified by that very unpopular substitution.
It's an incredible league, isn't it, the First Division, you know, top sides getting beat by the bottom sides. But really, I thought Barnsley would be playoff potential, no danger. If you can't put your home form to good use with 3 points, it's so tight the league.
Eden. Marcel. Van der Laan. Suddenly the support rallying behind the team again. Port Vale here knowing that they can afford to just sit in, let Barnsley play their football in areas where it won't affect them.
And Talbot getting a foot in. Good stuff.
Morgan.
Good spot from the ref. A nudge there, frustration from Jones. Is that a yellow? He's got to be careful.
Well, now there's going to be another substitution from Barnsley, and this time it's the player manager himself who is coming off to be replaced by Jan Fjortoff, and this may well have been the change the fans had been anticipating. Fjortoff, very popular around these parts.
Still plenty of time, Rob, but I just feel they need one back. Very, very quick.
Looking for Marcel. A crucial first contribution from the Norwegian. He's in the box calling for it now. If Marcel can dance his way through. He's won the free kick against Cordes.
I have to say I'm a bit disappointed with this guy. He can be a match winner on his day, but it hasn't happened from him yet today.
Sparkle during the past promotion season scored their first goal and the one that clinched it against Bradford. Here's Sheridan with a free kick. Van der Laan was up there and took a blow to the face. Dazoo letting McClare take over. Jones coming in.
Beadle can't believe that. It's not a nudge. I just feel that the confidence is slowly draining away from the home side now. With that fantastic Beadle second goal. Oh, we're all talking about Hendry, weren't we? Hendry and Ashley Warbucks, the other two have done the damage today, Foyle and Beadle.
Has done well since he's come on. He's won the corner. The goal at this stage of the game would give Barnsley hope of prizing at least a point out of it. Jones up, Ward is there, McClare's coming in.
I'll tell you what, who gets the foot in again, Rob? Brilliant. Talbot again. I'll tell you what, there's some tugging going on in that box, you know. Schneider's pulling away at Van der Land's shot. That's why Van der Land's having the word with the referee there, Rob. Tugging away he was.
Eden's latest corner, cleared by Foyle. You're away by Beasley this time. Eden with the throw. Fjortoft will have to try and wriggle away from Alan Tankard here. Gone for the goal kick. Well, surely the result, if it stays this way, will boost John Rudge's position, and maybe that of his coaching team too. Phil Bonnyman is the man in the middle whose future has been the subject of much conjecture. Bill Dearden, who's been with Rudge at Vale Park for quite a while. There has been recent speculation that coaching staff may be reduced by at least one, and that's why the question mark has arisen against Rudge's own future at the club. He said that on a few occasions in the past he's been a couple of games away from the sack. Surely that wouldn't be the case after 2 straight wins if the result here today was to follow up the victory over Norwich a week ago. Well, we'll be watching Port Vale's big rivals in action tomorrow, no longer in the same division of course. Stoke though leading the 2nd division, entertaining Chesterfield. It's live on Sky Sports 2 and our coverage starts at 7 o'clock. McClare, blocked by Barker. Cordes. Getting it back from Talbot. This is Ainsworth. Sliding in was Jones. Simon Barker to take the throw. Barker's cross met by Beadle.
That should have been set. That should have been second goal. Barker had so much time just to stick it in the box with his right foot. Beadle makes a good run, and the header should have been better. I think this should have been 3-0. Look at that, 6 yards out. He's only not hit the target. Great ball from Simon Barker.
Well, Barnsley may have had the upper hand in terms of attempts. The crucial figure in the top left of your screen shows who is poised to take the 3 points. This is Van der Laar. Shirt pulling again there from Barnett, it seemed, on Ward.
You know, I honestly feel referees have got to crack down on this, Rob. Since the World Cup, everyone's trying it and getting away with it.
This is Ward. Cleared by Foyle. Sheridan. Beadle. Snyder's. Claire.
Barnsley suddenly have gone to pieces, aren't they? Look at this at cadet possession. And yet, 2-0 Port Vale lead them. It's the final third that counts.
Lifted over by Van der Laan. Schneider's there, coping with the threat of Ashley Ward. Sheridan. Eden. Jones came in with a strike.
Gosh, I thought it was a corner there, Rob. I thought it was deflected. Paul Taylor saying no. Just having a word with Fjortoff about something. I think it's about the shirt pulling going on in there. But Foyle and Beadle. Foyle just applauding his strike partner. He got Vale off to the start with just a deft little flick in off the post, but there's nothing deft about this. What a strike. Great 1-2, 18 yards out, whack.
Could that have been the killer goal? Not the strike partnership that Port Vale might have envisaged playing today had Naylor been fit. Foyle and Beadle have both done their stuff. The fact that Barnsley haven't means that they're contemplating another change. This time Andy Liddell preparing to come on. This is definitely a huge setback.
The Barnsley felt they were outplaying sides, not getting the results.
Fjortoft here, putting Tankard under pressure as Marcel closed in. And Marcel is going to be the player who comes off in the latest change. It doesn't look as though it's going to take place before the corner. And it comes, headed away by Foyle. And Clare here under pressure from Talbot. And Talbot has patrolled that midfield area magnificently this afternoon.
And I thought Talbot must have a little chance or two. Should have guessed midfield players themselves, picking man of the match. Although Beadle's second goal must put him into reckoning. Vale's second goal, I should say.
And Andy Liddell is now going to come on in place of Clint Marcel. Haven't really seen too much sparkle from the Trinidadian throughout the course of proceedings. So Andy Liddell is really Barnsley's last hope of turning things around with 17 minutes left. Liddell did score a couple against Port Vale in a 3-1 win here over 3 years ago.
You know, they don't look like at the moment, he's going to earn a yellow card. They don't look like at the moment Barnsley getting back in this, but 17 minutes, they get one, suddenly things change.
But how many seconds after coming on?
Yes, he's heading for the record books, I think. Silly challenge, to be fair. Clearly miles late with a foot high.
Waiting, so too Beadle. You can afford to be patient though with the score the way it is. Cordes has won another corner. Happiest introduction so far for Andy Liddell. Barnsley seem to have overwhelmed their opponents on all the statistics except the vital one. Here comes the latest corner, and the goalkeeper's lost it this time. Beadle, Beasley. Had Beasley himself been a little more sure-footed there than the goalkeeper might have been made to pay for his error. Cleared by Van der Laan. Fjortoft putting pressure on Tankard, and Beasley clears in the end.
As you said, Rob, possession all in Barnsley's favour. It's the final third that's let them down. Vale smash and grab, one cracking second. The second goal was a cracker. The first goal, foil, good opportunism.
Jones, Fjortoft. Jones getting it across well.
It's a good cross, wasn't it, the second attempt? But no one on the end of it again.
Cordes. Tankard. Well, Barnsley came into this season determined to prove that they were no one-season wonder, but it was inevitable after the managerial upheavals that things were going to take time to settle down, particularly when they opted for a managerial novice in John Hendry. Only Wilson some time to get things right, and Hendry, I'm sure, will be finding it the same course. Foyle here. And set Barnsley on the road to what looks now a probable defeat.
Yeah, he's done well again, hasn't he? Beasley back there. It was always going to be a good battle between him and Ward. There's only one winner today.
Crossed by Liddell, cleared by Schneiders. Fjortoft's lifted it back into Jones. We had the debate a few weeks ago with Steve Bruce at Sheffield United about whether you should really be a player manager or whether you should just concentrate on the one role. Hendry feels that his own form has been enough to get him a place in the team. I wonder if he's having second thoughts now. Jones with the free kick. Out towards Liddell. Well to rescue it, he's found Fjortoft. And Ward tried the layoff for McClare. It was oh so close, but Barnett intervened.
It had to be absolutely perfect. That's a late challenge. Morgan in trouble.
Cordes was the player who got caught.
Oof. Down goes Cordes. Morgan another casualty with a yellow card into the ref's book.
Cordes' injury being attended to.
Well, it's a pleasant day, isn't it, for John Rudge? And the Vale fans travel down, sitting in the balmy sunshine away to our left. Well, that's what they think about it all. Rudgy stay. Port Vale needs you. Or is that Budgie?
Well, I've had some famous cup scalps down the years, but it's their position in the first division that's of paramount importance. They weren't too far from the playoffs a couple of years ago, in the year that Barnsley actually won promotion. Last year was very much a battle for survival. I think they always knew at the club that this year would be as well.
Yeah, it was last game again, though, wasn't it, last season? Last game needed to win, got it.
That's right, at Huddersfield, Martin Foyle scored that day, and the goal that he's got today is the first since. Fjortoft. Jones driven across. Beasley's there.
That's a ludicrous challenge, isn't it?
And he's a player who's already been shown a a yellow card, Scott Jones.
I can't help thinking that's crazy. You're on a yellow card, and you go for a ball with your feet up high, you've got no chance of getting. I can only put that down to frustration. He's lucky.
Yes, he should be erring on the side of caution, having been cautioned already by Paul Taylor. What it does do is buy Port Vale a little more time to hold on to this 2-0 lead. 9 minutes for stoppages left.
At half time I heard Nigel and Ray saying that, you know, who's going to win. They both went for Barnsley, everyone's favourites, but I think we may have a gloating presenter at the end of the game, because I think he went for Vale.
Mystic Marcus. It's come off Claire, and it's a throw to Port Vale. Just slowing things down very cleverly again here, just making the change. And Ian Bogey is coming on to take the place of the real midfield workhorse, Stuart Talbot.
Shaking his head to come off, Rob, obviously carrying an injury.
Bogey, a player who once played alongside John Hendry at Newcastle. Yet again, it looks as though the opportunity for Barnsley to move into the top half of the table is to be passed up.
You know, the three that came down, Bolt were doing their bit, aren't they? Palace struggling, Barnsley now struggling.
And they're the two teams who have changed their managers, although not necessarily voluntarily on the club's part, certainly in Barnsley's case, where Andy Wilson felt the prospects were better at Hillsborough. Here's Fjortoft getting beyond Schneider's.
So again, there's tugging going on there. Schneider's tugging away. It's in the box. Fjortoft gets a shot away, but have a look at this, Rob. Look. I think the first tug was slightly outside, to be honest. Schneider's a couple of times has been at it.
Liddell. Barnett. Sheridan. Liddell. Van der Laan came in front of Barker.
He's disappointed with Van der Laan. You know, when the ball is wide, he's gone in, tried to get a header in, his timing has not been the best.
And he'll still be a little rusty after his layoff because of a bout of flu, Robin van der Laan. Fjortoft.
I think if you're a Barnsley fan, this is painful. They certainly can play much better, but if you're supporting the team in white, Vale, great result this is.
Here's Fjortoft looking to bring a few smiles to faces. It deflected on its way through, kindly though for Musselwhite.
That's incredible. It goes through Beasley's leg as well, I think. Backing in, Fjortoft gets the strike away through Beasley's leg. Look at this. He stops it with his right shin.
It's excruciating, isn't it, for the Barnsley fans? Ahead on every count, possession, attempts, even corners, and yet still trailing by 2 goals to 0. And you can't take anything away again from this Port Vale display. They've done what they do best.
I tell you what, he is walking the tightrope, Jones. He's flattened Ainsworth there.
Here's Ward. Beasley. That time should be having his shirt pulled.
Right, spotted the tuck this time. But Jones, he's on thin ice. Early on, I think it was Barnsley's best player getting in the box. But Ainsworth trying to get past him.
Morgan. Sheridan. Eddie Liddell. Eden's ball aimed here towards Liddell, and he's headed across. It's 9 years since Port Vale actually won a league match here. Bobby Earl and Nicky Cross among the scorers in the 3-0 win that day.
So, Rob, I think you're right with Van der Laan. He's definitely not 100%. You see him, he's very, very weak at the moment.
Bogey.
Vale fans are laughing with some of the Barnsley supporters making a quick exit. Bye, 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 bye. Not a lot to shout about this season, have they, Vale? But well, surprised me today.
Well, they're heading for the exits here at Oakwell. Really has been another agonising day for them. They've seen points dropped in terms of drawn games here against the likes of West Brom and Stockport and Bolton. But I'm sure they would not have anticipated a defeat looking at this fixture today. Rudge, though, has again shown his capacity to conjure up a result, a real tale of the unexpected. And Fjortoft and Schneider's tugging away at each other. This is Jones in the box. And well, you say surely, but Beasley was there.
He's had a great game, Beasley.
Beasley back on South Yorkshire territory, where he served with distinction for Sheffield United over a long period of time. And it just isn't happening at all for Barnsley today, is it? Liddell.
I'm afraid we're going to have a few jeers and boos, I'm sure. I think full of expectation here, big crowd, noisy. Oh, it's quiet.
Coming into this game, the shadows were really hanging over Port Vale. But Peter Beadle has helped to lift one or two of those. And really, it looks as though the clouds of gloom are starting to linger over Oakwell. Late problems for the Barnsley defence here with a free kick. Beadle has rattled the woodwork with one earlier in the game.
2-0 down, a couple of minutes ago, and you don't want to be standing in the wall, do you?
Ainsworth this time, off the wall. Here's Ward. Ainsworth. Barker. Bogey. This is Schneider's. And Ainsworth here having to try and shrug off Dazoo. Eden. It's just like watching Brazil cry as finally just gone up around Oakwell. I don't know if that means it's just like watching Alan Brazil, the way they play today.
Steady on, Rob.
Ward here. Van der Laan lifts it over.
Yeah, that sums it up, doesn't it? I think camera 6 was in danger there. Van der Laan, right foot, can't keep it down. Well, there he is, man of the match, Rob.
Yeah, sure there can have been few doubts. The winning goal was worth a champagne itself, wasn't it? He's nationwide man of the match.
This is reminiscent of my left foot, Rob. Great 1-2, but what a strike this is. Bang. You can't fault the keeper here. A blockbuster.
Peter Beadle's third of the season. He is the man who seems to carry the good luck charm with him. Goals in their previous 2 league victories. And it Looks like being a 4th league win for Port Vale, which will take them up to 18th place in the table.
Lofty height, lofty height. I think the win against Norwich gave them a lot of confidence. Barnsley are going to have to dig deep now. The next few games.
Here's Fjortoft, and it's deflected. Opportunity for Ward, perhaps. Right across the face of goal. Van der Laan just looked back in frustration at that. Jones here trying to keep the momentum going. It's been pretty much that sort of day for Barnsley.
I think at the end of the game, John Hendry will see his bit and say, right, that's it, get it out your system, forget about it now. Still a long way to go. That's all you can do.
Well, there is a long way to go, but unless they start getting results soon, then Barnsley will be looking at clubs like Port Vale around them and being drawn into that dogfight.
It's not easy what he's doing as a player manager. He's a lot tougher than what people expect.
Floated between 13th and 18th in the table, never really got any good consistent results together. This will be their 4th league match without a win in succession. Helped on by Eden. This is McClare, and the cross from Liddell. Fjortoft lets it go. This is Sheridan, blocked by Schneiders, and Van der Laan hits it. Liddell, cleared by Barker.
I think we could come back again tomorrow, Rob, and Barnsley would still be out there, still not scoring.
Locked it in by Morgan, and Barnsley's agony is ended. There are jeers around Oakwell, but you have to credit Port Vale for lifting all the pressure on John Rudge of the last week with a well-earned victory. 2 second-half goals from his strike force. Martin Foyle got the first, Peter Beadle got a cracking second goal, which really secured the 3 points. The delight is on the faces of the travelling fans. And at 35, Martin Foyle continues to bang in the goals. This was the one that was the crucial breakthrough. As the Barnsley had an effort well saved by Paul Musselwhite. Real Route 1 stuff. That tackle was back past didn't carry. Foyle capitalised. Beadle rattled in a cracker of a second. Port Vale produced a fine victory here for their manager, and John Rudge is talking now to Alan Bentley.
Another rabbit out of another hat. How do you do it?
Well, it was a great victory for today because we had about 4 players who were injured as well. But we set about a game plan and we marked very tight at the back. Alan Tankard did a job with the man in the hole. At the end of the day, we got 2 great goals, which give us the victory.
I mean, aside from the goals themselves, the manner of the victory, the commitment from the players was outstanding, wasn't it?
Well, they've been tremendous. I mean, the thing is that they give all they've got. And first half, I didn't think it was a classic of a game, but we subdued the game. And then that gave us the platform to go and win it.
And the fans gave you personally some backing as well?
The fans have been tremendous to me all the way since I've been here, 19 years. That's probably the only reason why I've stayed.
You said that the chairman's got some decisions to make. Will that have made his mind up, do you think?
Well, I don't know. We just got to have a meeting just to clarify 1 or 2 things, that's all.
Can you tell us what those things are?
No, not really.
All right, so where do you go from here for Port Vale then?
Well, we've got some big matches next week, so we'll just prepare and get ourselves ready for that.
Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you.